Jugget82 with another horror review.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, carry crucifix. 7, 8, better stay awake. 9, 10.
Don't ever sleep again. What up there, guys? This is Jugget82 with another horror review. And this is not necessarily a horror review in general, but it actually is about horror in general when it comes to the movie. This documentary that I watched is called Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street. It was a 2019 documentary that it kind of categorizes the examination or whatever you want to say of a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 Freddy's Revenge. This was the second installment in the series of the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and basically it follows the situation involving the main actor, who was the focus of this movie, Mark Patton. I will say about this documentary has a lot of heart, grit. It has a lot of stuff that's going on in it that, I watched it and I actually stumbled on it on Tubi. I was trying to find, the Freddy Nightmare series because I wanted to watch some more of the episodes of that show, and I stumbled on this and I went on and watched it and I thought it was incredible. Basically, the movie itself, or the documentary itself, my bad, it's basically just talking about the reflection of that movie. I mean, of course, at the beginning of the video, you saw me, I was showing the bus and the stuff, and I was just doing the Freddy Krueger stuff, because that movie actually sticks out, especially that scene with the bus. It sticks out to me a lot when I watched that. And overall, when I sit there and say that, when people sit there and talk about this movie, they always talk about, of course, the gay references and everything. And and of course, you know, now I look at it, but back when I was a kid and I watched this movie, it never jumped me and it's like, ooh, that is kind of gay. But to me, I've always enjoyed that movie. I actually that's the crazy thing about me. I enjoy a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Even the ones they consider clutter. I like 5, The Dream Child, which is one that people kind of shit on a whole lot more than part 2. And I think Freddy's Dead was pretty good. But everybody has their own critique of the different movies they watch. Yeah, but this movie was, like I said, it chronicalized a lot with, the actor that played the main actor in the movie, Mark Patton, because this movie was centered around him being the lead, but also the fact that you had producers that were in this movie that just really just kind of like, they kind of threw it all on, kind of like just saying it was his movie. First of all, he's an actor. And I think when you sit there and throw that on someone to say they're responsible for what you put out, it's not a good idea to sit there and say that they're responsible for what the fans reacted to. Basically, what I'm saying is, like, in the movie's dialect of looking at what happened back in the 80s and stuff, of course, during the AIDS epidemic, and Mark was one of the victims of who had this disease happened to him. He did get better because of medical treatments and so forth. And also the fact that they said, well, he played the part too gay. No, the movie literally had scenes in there. If watching it now, you look at that movie, you say, it had scenes in there of a gay aspect. So it's kind of like, don't push this on one person. Even though the actor is gay, it didn't necessarily show that he was responsible for the movie. The movie had directors, production sit-ups, and all that shit that didn't necessarily have anything to do with the actors. It was how you wanted to play it, how you wanted to sit out the scenes and so forth. The scene that I remember was the one with the coach. The coach, he had a nightmare dream or whatever, and the coach got stripped and he got whooped. He was naked. It was a SMM kind of thing. And like I said, it's a lot of things in this movie that you have to take into dialect of what they were trying to portray. When it comes to just throwing it on that actor, because you're looking at 1985, the world at that time did not look at everything dealing with homosexuality as this and that. You have to analyze what you were watching or what was being put out there and what was being portrayed, because it was what it was. But I think the film itself, on the part of being what it was a good Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I, as a kid, watched it a bunch of times. Enjoyed the fucking movie. I think it was awesome. I think it was very creative. I think it was still scary. I think Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 2 were right there as it relates to the horror effect of being scary. It wasn't all funny, laughing, ha ha ha. We didn't get that until probably part 3, which is considered the best one out of all of them. But Nightmare on Elm Street 2 gets a bad rap, I think. And I think with Mark Patton, of course, he left Hollywood after this. He really didn't do anything Hollywood related after this because of the fact that he was getting so much backlash and basically being demonized. This was his starring role. This was a movie that he was the lead in, and it kind of sucks that we didn't get more of him in other movies and other features and stuff. But yeah, this documentary is called Scream Queen. Or let me say it like this: Scream Queen! My Nightmare on Elm Street. But yeah, man, this has been a quick synopsis or review. But if you guys want to watch it, you can on Tubi. And like I said, I stumbled on this movie and I think it was a good documentary. It was produced actually by Mark Patton himself, as well as Roman, I'm saying it right, Chiminti. But anyway, this is Jughead82 signing off. Hope you guys have a good one.